There's this chick out here known as the Black Widow. She's out here biting a lot of these industry men. She's been linked to names like 6ix9ine, Lil Duval, Drake, DJ Academics, and in this case, we're going to talk about Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's wife seen this woman release whatever she released. I believe this is a follow-up video as to why she released it. She had posted some subliminals, but this video was 18 minutes long, so I cut it down as much as I could. She was giving so much information. Kind of wanted you guys to know what was going on, so bear with me.
Lil Duval posted like a little meme about like the guy pushing the reporter, and he was like, oh, like this is how the Black Widow was, whatever. And Snoop Dogg, out of all people, felt the need to comment laughing faces. And I'm sitting here like, bitch, what the fuck is funny? Like, does he not remember what happened in 2018? How I got his number, because I didn't DM him, I didn't do anything. Literally, this is like one in a million bazillion things, because from what I understood, he's never been put on blast. He's never had no scandals, never done nothing. I mean, yeah, like people probably like accused him, but no one has actually had proof. So this guy who was like kind of dealing with academics, he was like, they like had problems or whatever, some things happened. Academics like wanted me to reach out and get academics information back for his profile. I was like, okay. I reached out to this kid and I kind of talked him down. Like, he gave back academics Instagram, he gave back his YouTube or whatever. But he was like, yo, like, I want 6ix9ine's number. Mind you, I was speaking with 6ix9ine at this point, so I was like, okay, here's his number, the fuck. In exchange, he was like, yo, like, I have so many rappers' numbers, like, you can just have them. He gave a list of numbers, and on the numbers was, like, Kendrick Lamar, Pitbull, and Snoop Dogg. I was sitting in the car, and I was, like, literally just FaceTiming all these people. Nobody answered. Snoop Dogg, I called him, and, like, he, like, automatically, like, declined it, and he texted, he was like, yo, I'm with family, what's up? And he does not have my fucking number. So, like, just saying, like, hey, what's up? I was like, okay. Like, I just kind of played it off like he knew me. And it worked. So, he was like, yo, like, I'm with family. I was like, yo, is this still Snoop? And he was like, yeah. He sent a fucking video of himself and said, yes, this is him. And I was like, what the fuck? Oh, my God. I really have Snoop Dogg's number. He was like, yo, like, send a pic. Who's this? I was like, oh, Celina. I was kind of scared. I was kind of scared to say my real name just in case he knew who I was. So I was like, oh, Celina, like, I'm from Vegas or whatever. And he was like, oh, yeah, like, I gotta fly you out. I want to see you, blah, blah, blah. He FaceTimed me a bunch of times. Like, we were talking. He was actually really freaking nice. And in the back of my head, I was like, how does he not know, like, who I am? But whatever. So, like, not to sound all cocky. Like, we were talking, and then I FaceTimed him, and I was already ready, and he was like, oh, you're ready? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna book you a flight for tonight. And he was like, are you still in Vegas? And I was like, no, like, I was just there for vacation. I'm actually in Colorado. He was like, okay, no problem. I'm gonna joint text you with my manager, and he'll get your flight situation set up. At this point, I was like, oh, fuck, like, god damn it. His manager is gonna, like, Google my name, and it's gonna be history after that. I landed in LA. He had a car service there for me already, and it was like, you know, like suburban. I was like, oh, I'm fancy. So, like, I'm with the guy, like, that was holding my name. And I was like, oh my god, okay. And I got in the car, we went to the hotel, checked in, everything was good. The lady at the front desk was like, there's a note saying you can order whatever you want and enjoy. I was super scared. I was like, fuck, why did I do this? I don't even know this man. Like, fuck. Knock on the door, he answers. Nobody in his room, nobody in his place. Really nice place, really, really nice. And he was like, babe, like, you good? Like, you're good? Like, you want a drink? You want something? I was like, no, I'm good. Like, me just being me, you know, like, I'm the instigator. So I was like, you know, already taking off my jacket, lay down on the bed, and then he was like just counting money, and like he like set it aside. And in my head, I was like, bitch, that better be for me. So he like laid down on the bed too, and then he was just like making small talk with me. Then he like started undressing me. We had sex. While we're having sex, this man literally got up, and I was like, oh my god, like, did he already bust? Like, whatever. Mind you, there was no condoms, no nothing. So he got up, he went over to the thing and got like a bag, and I thought that was like the condom. I was like, oh. So he came back over, and he busted down a line of cocaine on my titty and snorted it. And he was like, oh, did you want to learn? I was like, no, man. And then like we went back to having sex or whatever. And every like 5 minutes or whatever, he like wanted me, like he wanted to do coke. And it was just so weird. Like he was doing lines of coke off everywhere, even, you know. So I was like, okay, like this is so weird and shit. Like Snoop Dogg is doing lines of cocaine off. So it was just whatever, you know, it was just whatever. I was getting dressed and he was like, so the BET Awards are this weekend, like I want you to come. And I was like, you want me to come with you? And he was like, well, I didn't say like that. I was like, oh wow, like you're going to? And he was like, yeah, but like you can bring a friend if you know anyone out here. Like, I'll get you taken care of. Here's some tickets and here's some money. He was like, go shopping or whatever. Mind you, like I did not pack for this shit. And I was like, I don't even know what the people wear to the BET Awards. I was like freaking out. So obviously I didn't go to the BET Awards. But I did run up his fucking room service. I ordered so much shit. I find it so ironic how literally the next day was the BET Awards and he was preaching about his love for God and how he loves his wife. But I was like, okay. And I got a lot of proof. So I was like, okay, like if need be, I'm gonna put this motherfucker on blast. Whatever. It was literally killing me not to put this man on blast. But since I was labeled the liar, I can't just expose text messages. Like I have to have some physical proof. Otherwise the Shade Room, Gossip in the City, TMZ, like they won't run it. They won't run it. The second time me and Jade went out and I was so freaking drunk. I was so drunk. But I was like, okay, like I want to go with Snoop. And you know, I told Jade, I was like, let's go hang out with my friend. And she was like, okay. I called Snoop and he was like, yeah, like meet me at Sunset Cafe, like I'll get you a driver up the hill. We went up the hill and then it was his actual house, like filled with like family pictures, whatever. I took us into like the room with the bar and he like brought out like a plate of lines of cocaine and he like took out his wallet, gave my friend $100 bill, insisting that she rolls up the $100 bill and like snorts the cocaine. I think she got so offended because she does not do cocaine. She doesn't do any of that, but he just, you know, I think he just wanted to break the ice. Me and him, like we went to his room and that night I could not have sexual intercourse. So I just performed, you know, what I do best. And we just did that and then you know, like he wanted like to lay down and like me like touch his chest like a weirdo again. And this time like he didn't pay me, like he didn't do anything, like which is fine, like you know I'm not a prostitute or whatever. So but this time we like went outside, like we went outside of his room and we didn't see my friend and he was like, yo, like where did she go? And I was like, I don't know. He like looked around the house, like called us security. And I was like, dude, like, I don't know. Like, it was just bad on me because I didn't want him to think, like, oh, it's like she robbed him and whatever. So, like, he was, like, checking everything. And he was, like, so weirded out. And he was like, okay, like, I'm going to have, like, my security, like, drive you home. Okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. He was like, no problem. I'll see you another time. I get in the car with his bodyguard. We went fucking down the hill. Tells me like, okay, like get out now and call your Uber. And I was like, oh, I don't have Uber on my phone. Like Snoop always make sure like I get home good. Like what the hell? And he was like, oh no, like I have shit to do, like I have to go back, like he's at the house by himself, I can't let that happen. And I was like, okay, like hold on, let me call my Uber. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm dressed like a fucking whore. I'm still drunk. I don't have my friend and I don't have an Uber account. I don't even have my credit card. I called my friend. I was like, dude, like, he just, like, left me on the side of the fucking road. Like, can you please call me an Uber? Like, and she's like, dude, I'm still in an Uber. We lived an hour away. So she's like, I'm still in my Uber. Like, when I get home, like, I can call you an Uber. So she finally gets home, and I get an Uber. It's, like, 7 o'clock in the morning now. I text him going off. And I knew he, like, fell asleep or whatever. Because he doesn't really ignore me. Like, if there was a problem, like, I knew Snoop would address it. So I go off on him. I write him a book. I was like, you have no idea who the fuck I am. I was like, watch, bitch. Like, I'm going to expose you. I'm going to do this. I went off. This stupid bitch just replied, like, sorry. Didn't know that, but I'll make it up to you. All of a sudden, he texts me, and he was like, Celina, like, I'm going to make it up to you. I'll pay for your ride or whatever. I was like, okay. Well, let's see how much he's talking. He then like group texts me with like his like financial something, I don't know, whoever the fuck gave me the money. His friend then texted me and like asked like how I want the money, and I said just Cash App me it. And he was like, okay, like I don't know how to work Cash App, but I'll try. Like, and I was like, okay. He tries to Cash App me, and he was like, oh, it didn't work, like it says failed. And I looked at my Cash App and it didn't have anything, so I was like, oh no, like no, like now y'all are fucking playing with me. He was like, what's your Zelle? I told him my Zelle, and he was like, yeah, I can't do Zelle, like just give me like your bank account information and we'll figure it out. He was like, I'll figure it out. It was like 9 a.m. this time, and so I gave him my bank account information. What I think it was like 1 p.m. at this point, and he was like, okay, like everything is set, like I hope we're good. And I texted Snoop, I was like, you're a fucking liar, like you guys still didn't send shit, like I'm so stupid. I don't know how bank transfers work or none of that. So I was like, no, like, fuck you. You're done. You're getting exposed. He was like, are you extorting me? I just sent you money. And I was like, extortion is when I ask you for money. You said that you'll pay me back for the bullshit you put me through tonight. And, like, he didn't text back. So I was like, okay, like, this is it. And I just exposed him, and it went everywhere. Even though when you William Show picked that shit up, I was like, oh my god. Y'all, when I tell you how fucking dumb I felt, because literally the next, I want to say like week later, I look at my bank account and there's $20,000 in it. I was like, wow. I didn't know it took that long. I didn't know it took like that long for me to get the money, and I was like, fuck. I'm so sorry, Snoop. No, I'm probably stupid. I felt stupid because I fumbled the bag. Like, if he was willing to give me $20,000 for an Uber ride, I can only imagine what the fuck he would give me if I was just a loyal side bitch. But it is what it is. Sorry to this man, but you had to be bit by the Black Widow.
Number one, Snoop is the one who's responsible for his union. So he is dead wrong in entertaining this situation. Number one, that's wrong. Number two, I feel sorry for this young lady because it's something going on with her. She has a video explaining some pains and hurts that she's been through. So she has some emotional distress. And this is why it's important. The offenders, the abusers, the traumatizers need to make peace with those they have traumatized. I don't know if it'll work because sometimes people don't want to forgive, but there has to be some resolve. She really needs to go and sit and talk to somebody further. She's explained that she's went through therapy before, but that's something you would have to look at on her channel. This is not a shocker to me, not the cocaine, not any of that. I expect all of that with entertainers. So this is not like, I just think that Snoop had already, he and his wife had been on a separation previously, some years back. They've gotten back together. You just got to be careful, dude. Like, why don't you guys make these women sign NDAs? Why aren't there, from the minute they get there, search them, make sure they don't have phones, refrain from texting them, or refrain from incriminating texts. There's all kind of apps you can use. And I'm not trying to tell people how to cheat on their spouses. I'm just saying whatever you're going to do it well. As far as Celina, the Black Widow, these men really don't owe you anything. You're going out of your way to do this for what? To hurt people. And I'm sure there's some kind of method to your madness. But you always, again, if you're going to do something, do it well. So make sure you got your backup methods. You should have Uber and Lyft on your thing. You should have backup credit cards. You should always have a plan B, because here's the thing. Your girl flaked on you because she was scared, rightfully so. I don't see nothing wrong with a person getting up out of a situation they don't feel comfortable in. She probably was like, okay, you can be on the bullshit, I'm out of here. So that's fine. So you always have to make sure that you have your stuff squared away. You can't rely on plan A, because if I were Snoop or anybody else thought something fishy was going on, I have y'all leave too. And he doesn't want to piss you off because of stuff like this. But here it is, you're still exposing them. And you're absolutely right. If you got $20,000 for an Uber drive, what could you have gotten out of that? But at the end of the day, what does this really do spiritually for you? Just seem like this will put you more in a deficit spiritually. Now this home has been torn up. I can't put this all on her, because at the end of the day, if he hadn't engaged, this wouldn't be going on. These rappers, entertainers, whatever, people in the spotlight always want to get mad at these young women saying they're doing things for clout. But at the end of the day, if you don't give them the time of day, then they can't have anything on you. But you gotta be more thorough with the pat downs and let me take your phone and stuff like that. And use these apps, man. But all in all, you should be respecting your union, because if you can't think of it as a loyalty aspect, it should be a what do I have to lose, and you have much to lose. You should never allow someone to come into your circle and compromise what you have. You should be thinking about that. So now it's all this chaos. I haven't seen this on the Shade Room or Baller Alert yet. That's interesting within itself. My main thing here is it's unfortunate on both ends. It's unfortunate to Snoop, but he's the one who's responsible for his vows. He should be more careful. He shouldn't be doing it at all. But again, if you're going to do something, do it right. And as far as for her, the young lady, racking up these bodies and conjoining yourself with all these different spirits is going to have you all kind of cuckoo, crazy, and confused. And you're going to gain nothing, because you're going to burn so many bridges. Then where do you go from there? So if this is what you want your legacy to be, by all means go for it. I'm not one to condemn. I really think that this woman has some things going on that need to be resolved, and people should be empathetic to that. We so often want to cast stones. I'm not going to call her any names or anything like that. This could have been prevented, of course, but that goes without saying. I wanted to go ahead and lay that at your feet. Go ahead and give your feedback in the comments.